Hey, it's Dad. So here's a good example for me to do a life lesson. um, if you guys watched the video on my car, I'm frustrated myself because I kind of got hit with the old, bait and switch, meaning they get you there for, with a different vehicle that looks great or whatever, low price, and then you get there and it's like, oh no, we sold that car last week. It's like a classic shady move that car dealerships would do. But this was not just it's actually a Ford dealer. It's not just a small little lot. And but yeah, I was interested in this Nissan. The point is that I had to get a bigger vehicle because our daughter was going to be born pretty soon, and we need something a little bit bigger than my car. My car, uh, I could get more. It had more trade-in value, so we traded in my car. Um, but yeah, this just goes to show you, do your research. I usually do a ton of research. I just wanted to get it done. I didn't research as much as I should have. But there's so much available to us now that we didn't have available to us before. You have Yelp, you have Google reviews, there's so many things you can look at. And had I done that, even Better Business Bureau, had I done that, I would have saw all the complaints against this dealership. I would have saw their 2.5 star rating out of 5 on Yelp and Google. Like, I would have saw this and just been like, you know what? No, I need to go somewhere else. Thank you. And I would probably would have saved myself a lot of headache and heartache right now. Um, so that's what it is. And then somebody else, one of the family member here, asked me about an apartment. Sorry, I never got back to you on that one. But all I can say is, when you're first looking for an apartment, it may be too late now. I think you probably already signed a lease. Um, Here's a couple of things you do. Don't, and I'm sorry for late advice, but try to sign a lease that's like a 6 month, just so you can kind of get a feel for the area, how it's actually going to be, if that's going to be the right place for you or not, before locking yourself into a 12 or 13 month lease, our rental agreement. So that's one. You have like apartments.com. There's a lot of other um, uh, resources now online that you can check out that'll tell you, not only will it tell you what's going on, but it also kind of give you a hint of the area, right? And then here's my advice always. When I'm looking for a place to rent or buy or whatever the case is, because I've done both over my lifetime, I go check out the house or apartment or whatever during the day, because that's when they'll show it to you and everything. And then I'll go back at night and I'll see how it is in the evening. And if that's a place that I want my kids to be in the evening, I want to see, it may be a great price, but it might be one of the shadiest places ever. You know what I mean? So I also think about safety. You can look up the police reports for the area. You can see if there's been any home invasions. You can see if there's been burglaries. You can see if there's been auto thefts. You can look up all this stuff, right? But anyways, my point to this is, do your research. All right, there's plenty of resources that you can do this research from your phone. And I'm mad at myself because I normally do. I normally do. But I get so OCD about it that sometimes I got to stop myself. Like when I go to buy a new vehicle, and usually it's used, I've only bought 2 new cars my whole life. Um, but I still do so much research. I research the safety ratings of that car because I got kids. I research the resale value of that car. I research any recalls or what's the most common problem of that vehicle. And then once I find a car, then I start researching the places that are selling these cars. But because I get really, really bad OCD when I'm doing it, this time I didn't want to go through that. So saw that one car, then we were there. I was like, okay, let me look around. Fine. Oh yeah, what about this one? And here we are. Anyways, do your research. I love you guys. Hope you're having a beautiful week.